Welcome. Do join Housing Finance Bank as we celebrate the opening of our new headquarters and over 40 years in the banking industry. Housing Finance Bank is a real-life success story of a Ugandan institution that has withstood the test of time. Since its inception in the 1960s to its current prestigious position as a market leader in mortgage financing, Housing Finance Bank has proven that it is here to stay.
It's more than 40 years old when it was set up. But it was not a bank. It was a credit institution until about 3 years ago when we changed it into a commercial bank. Most of the houses, people who got houses, took a mortgage here and there from Housing Finance Bank. If you take, for example, like most houses in Uganda, in towns, which are in towns, not rural, you'll find most of them got mortgages from Housing Finance Bank.
I joined Housing Finance Company of Uganda as an assistant chief accountant way back in '83 and rose to the post of chief accountant and then got promotion in 1989 to acting general manager, and I was confirmed in July 1990 as general manager. Then one of the key things was, first of all, to turn the financial institution into a viable one. We were having problems with our mortgages at the time. Most of the leases on the loans had expired, and therefore most of our loans were unsecured. We made a turnaround, and by 1990, the financial institution was very profitable because there were hardly any provisions. Then came, as a financial institution, we also got into partnership, particularly with government, to do pool houses. And we did a Namongo upgrading scheme. Under the pool houses, government allowed us to retain all the collections. That gave us what had always been lacking for long-term business funds. And we were able to grow our mortgage portfolio from 5 billion in 1995 to over 100 billion by the year 2000. That was a big step, and everything was moving well.
Housing Finance Bank has humble beginnings, from its famous desk office at the Grand Imperial Hotel to the established branch offices on Kampala Road.
One advantage that people haven't discovered is that as much as we are local, we are very international. We facilitate trade finance activities. We have money transfers, especially the telegraphic transfer, that facilitates international trade and therefore makes us very competitive even on the foreign market. So as much as we are local, we're very international, very global, and we can facilitate that trade.
For over 40 years, Housing Finance Bank has been the go-to provider for mortgages. In fact, Housing Finance Bank is the leading mortgage financier in the industry, owning up to 60% of the market. How it has managed to achieve this has been down to planning and knowing their clients' needs.
Well, until 2003, Housing Finance, at the time, Company of Uganda Limited was the only financial institution offering mortgage facilities. And Housing Finance Company at the time inherited its assets, mortgage assets and liabilities, which were made of savings, from a building society which was known as First Permanent Building Society in 1967. So Housing Finance Company started business in 1968.
Simply speaking, a mortgage is a housing loan. It is a long-term loan that is used to finance purchase or construction of a residential or commercial property. We offer a variety of mortgage products, but you can look at them through two categories. We have home loans, and we also have commercial mortgages. Home loans here is where you are buying a single unit for your own occupation, your own ownership. And under this, we have products like a growing house product. We have mortgage purchase and mortgage construction, and we have also equity release. Under term finance, we give loans for building and constructing commercial products, commercial properties. We also give loans to developers who would like to develop houses for sale. Oh, we've been in mortgage lending for quite some time. Recently, we celebrated our 40 years in this business, and we boast of being pioneers in this business in this country. Our mortgage products are designed in such a way that we can serve a very wide spectrum of borrowers. And the loan you qualify for is a function of your income and also the value of the property. If, for example, you are targeting a property of 100 million, we can give you up to 80% of the value of that value in form of a mortgage to be paid over a long term, let's say 20 years. However, when it comes to income, we would require that what you pay should not exceed a certain percentage. For example, if you earn 1 million, you would expect your monthly repayment not to exceed 350,000. That is 35%. And going if you make calculations there, maybe you would qualify for a loan of about 25 million.
I got a mortgage because we had been trying to build this house with my late husband for the last 12 years, and it just was not coming to an end. So I felt that I needed to complete the house, and I did not have the money to complete the house. So I knew that I had to get a mortgage. Why housing finance? Because housing finance has always been a bank in our lives. When I was young, in the 60s, my mother opened a children's account for me. I don't know if those records are still there. It will be interesting. So when it came to getting the loan, I did go to housing finance, and I met very good people who encouraged me and explained everything in detail because I didn't know anything.
So it is always better to borrow banks' money if you have the capacity to borrow and use that money to build your house. That is one. Two, you can never get enough money. There are very, very, very few people who have enough money to build a house on their own without having borrowed that money from financial institutions. Of course, there have been hindrances. The cost of money has been high, and that's what we are working on to make sure that mortgages are affordable.
And there are quite a number of challenges. One, our interest rates are still high compared to, let's say, developing countries. However, in the region, we are quite competitive. And secondly, we have few developers. So the supply of houses is limited because people buy their own plots and build their own houses. And another challenge that we have is infrastructure. You will find that roads, water, electricity have to be footed by the developer, and that makes the house expensive. And maybe that means really the prices of houses in this market are still high and unaffordable to a certain income group.
We have over time reduced down payment, and with stable incomes, we shall even reduce it further.
Yeah, I would encourage all the young ladies like you, but most especially the older ones like myself, because at a certain age you don't want to take risks. And in my particular case, if you're a widow, again, it becomes more difficult. But I have managed to do it, and I am on schedule, and I hope to remain on schedule.
For your information, the lowest loan we can give in this bank is 5 million. That means we cover most of the houses that are available in this market. But secondly, so long as your property was built according to approved plans by local authorities, it becomes eligible for financing. First of all, at Housing Finance, we offer a very good customer service. We make sure that when you approach us, we give you a response within a very shortest possible time. We may process your loan within a period not exceeding 2 weeks, and we have found our customers like that. We also look at our interest rates. We offer very competitive interest rates as compared to the market. And that has been an edge over other lenders in the market. Another thing is our transparency. We are quite transparent at Housing Finance Bank, and this one is also being appreciated by our customers. We also look at our products. Our products cut across all sections of our population. You will find that whether you are self-employed or salaried, we can cater for you. Whether you stay in Uganda or not, we can cater for you. So that we think will remain our major focus. We also look at our processing fees. We make them as manageable as possible. So be ready to receive a wide variety of products. 2, we have tried to work on our turnaround time. You will get our loan within the shortest possible time. I've talked of 2 weeks, but we can even do it shorter.
Housing Finance Bank has worked with a number of development partners, the most well-known being National Housing Construction Company, whose estates in Nalia and in Tinda have been snapped up by the Housing Finance Bank's clientele.
The National Housing and Construction Company Limited was established in 1964. Its function is to build and sell houses in the country. And Housing Finance has been financing most of the purchasers. The purpose of forging a strategic partnership with Housing Finance is to assist our clients to buy houses through quicker means, much easier means, rather than raising huge sums of money at a go. For instance, in July last year, when we formally formed these strategic partnerships, we were overwhelmed by the response from the market. The number of people who responded to buy their houses were so many because of this partnership. Because the partnership offered attractive packages to buy our houses, and the packages included free valuation services. Usually when people come to buy our houses, if they are going to approach a bank like Housing Finance or Stanbic Bank or any other bank, they need to carry out valuation and they have to pay that fee. In this partnership, that service is free. Yes, there's been a change in the industry, in the mortgage industry, in the sense that quite a number of people have realized that it's much easier to go through a bank to obtain mortgage to buy a house. So the number of clients going for mortgages to buy houses has increased. It has also increased the number of people owning homes. The other change that has also come up is that other banks have also realized that this strategic partnership is working. So quite a number of banks have approached us to form a strategic partnership. It also proves that its strategic partnership in this era of competition is very important because it's essential for the growth of the company and for competitiveness.
After cementing its position as leader in the mortgage finance sector, Housing Finance Bank has had its eye on another sector, commercial banking. This was 2 years ago. What has been the market's response?